dum dum. Bum ba dum 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 dum. Bum bum ba dum 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 dum. Bum bum ba dum 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 dum. Da 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 dum dum dum. Bum bum ba dum da dum dum dum. Dun 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 dun. Of course, it gets everywhere it's not supposed to be. Because of course it would. Well, of course it would. Yeah, there we go. I cannot hear myself. Never a good sign. Bum 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 dum 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 dum. Bum 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 dum dum. Wait, cancel. Dun, audio input device. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna be using the HyperX. There we go. I think. Get over here. Oh God, I wonder how loud that is. Oh dear God. They slowly beat it. Dum ba da dum bum bum. Dun 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 dun. Oh, lovely, that works. Oh dear God, no. That is terrible. We are muting that. We do not need to hear that, evil. Ugh. Huh?
Why are you filming?
Because, I don't know, I felt like it. I'm not entirely sure why I do anything anymore. Slowly losing my mind, that's for damn sure. That's why I'm playing Warhammer Fantasy at 7 o'clock at night. Because we don't know what we're doing anymore. Your mic sounds echoey. Fuck! Alright. Let me find out why. It might be because it's bouncing off audio from my head and not to my face. Let me check. Do not connect to that. Do not connect to the phone. Evil phone, do not do that. Connect to the computer, please. That's great. One of you connected, not both of you. That's problematic. Let me check something real quick. Okay, why are you giving me that kind of audio? What? Alright, let's see what the hell's wrong with you. Dun, 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 dun. That does not help me. Why is it giving me that audio? Is it too far? Is it too funky? What the hell will do? Is that dial on again? There you are. Where the hell are you? No? How about now? Is there another one that's taking audio? Hold on. Oh, what the hell? Wait, why is there two of them? Hold on. Delete. Be gone. Let me see if that fixed it. Now I gotta make sure it fucking works. It did! Yes, lovely. I rage quit. Let me move myself quick. I rage quit. I was doing the Zenith battle, and the developers thought it would be a great idea to let you drop during the boss battle. Then the guy Riku has to fight keeps sucking my butthole. Oh my god. Are you playing Kingdom Hearts 3? Oh, Lord, that sounds terrible. Guy has to fight Riku sucking my... I mean, that's such a tragedy. A moment of silence for our fallen Riku. Yeah, you get used to that. Thank you. I don't know, for some reason I had two mic settings on. I'm using a different web camera because the other web camera was shit. Dream drop distance? Oh.
He's borrowing mine. He's borrowing mine.
Yeah, I know that battle. I know that battle very fucking well. Imagine fucking doing that battle on a fucking Nintendo 3DS. That was a bullshit. That was such fucking bullshit. I haven't touched Dream Drop Distance since the 3DS, and I'm terrified to restart it. Anyway. Great story, great game. I love the Tron level. It's the best level. It's the greatest level ever. 10 out of 10. That one, and what was the other one? The expanded Traverse Town. That was a great level. I loved it. Anyway, we've hit 330 subscribers. We're playing Warhammer Fantasy today, or tonight, and I gotta make this a quick game because yes. Yes, be very happy. It was hell because the control schemes on a 3DS makes you want to punch someone in the face. I liked it on the I like the gameplay on the PSP better, but yeah. Lordy. We're gonna be playing we're gonna see if JOlvus can play a game that's older than two of his brothers. Yeah, I don't advise it. It's like giving yourself an aneurysm. Alrighty. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to show up because I think someone said they wanted to show up, but I don't know if they're here or not. And I'm not keeping track if they are, but the controls, yeah. It was not the port. I've heard the port for Dream Drop wasn't the best. So. I do kind of like the movement of the game. Like I like how quickly you move, and the Dream Meters are kind of cute. But some of those bosses and some of those levels are bullshit. And the secret boss Julius, it's not secret, it's been out for years, is a motherfucker to put down. After I beat one boss, I had to beat the other boss. Yep. Yep, I do not like that game. There are so many things wrong with Dream Drop Distance. And I don't like you. Which isn't terrible. The only thing I like about the game is, yeah, that's the only thing good about it is the actual story. The gameplay, not that good. I kind of like the gameplay. I kind of like the gameplay. Some of the mechanics are nice. But that's it. Anyhow. So, today, we're going to be playing this, which is Warhammer Fantasy 6th edition, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what we're talking about today. I'll be using that as our core book. Because I need to know what the hell I'm doing. We're not doing like a big game either. We're doing like a very small game. Dun 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 ba da da dun 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 bum 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 ba da ba dun bum dun bum. But yeah, one thing I will make, I'm back from making dinner. Oh, great. The youngest is here. Greetings, youngest of Fawn.
Greetings, humans.
Yes, we have the mother trucker, the illustrious Reaper, Reaps McGreeps, and the tiny Moonchild. What games are the tavern people from the Joshua Guy beat? What games are the Traverse people from the Joshua Guy beat and rhyme? So they are from a game called The World Ends With You, I believe. It is a very underappreciated Square Enix game that not a lot of people played, and did it ever get a sequel?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a very interesting game. Very interesting. Also, the fact that there is a character named Joshua that is canon in the Kingdom Hearts universe just brings me joy. There's a Joshua in every single universe that I feel there should be. I think that's why there was an entire horde of Joshuas that went and fought in some state. I am Small Moonchild. Yes, Rin Nightbreeze of the Moon Clan. Let's get on with it. So, I wanted to see if I can get into Warhammer Fantasy. This is a project I have been struggling with for years. Back in, I want to say 2013, 2014, I got a few small kits for Warhammer Fantasy. It was a kit of High Elf Dragon Princes? Yeah, Dragon Princes, and some goblins. So I've tried to get something like that here today. We have some High Elves and some goblins. These are High Elves from Warhammer Fantasy from Games Workshop, and then over here we have some Kings of War goblins and some random goblin on a bug. I needed a warlord and he's there, so we'll be using him.
Using your butt?
Silence!
You are the silence of the Fugu Land.
So we've got a 15-man block of spearmen. And they have a champion and a banner. No Skaven, so Skaven. I was debating if I was so when I bought these miniatures, let me just real quick. When I bought these miniatures, I actually got a bunch of the tiles that they stand on, a bunch of like little tiles, and I was debating if I want to actually convert them from my AOS Age of Sigmar army to actually do this, but then I played this and I really on the fence about it, because as much as I like my Skaven, I think they play better in AOS, and I will be doing an AOS game with them versus my Saurians. So, hello Rylanor, welcome to the game, welcome back. Didn't the Humble Tactical Squad kit 1 year sell out one more than Fantasy? You keep your mouth shut about what's current events about Fantasy. We're talking about this. But yeah, Skaven, Lizardman, and Nighthunt will be more for my AOS games. We're just gonna be trying to figure out how to play this mess. So, right, as I said, a 15-man block of spearmen. They all got spears and shields. There's a dude with a banner, and I believe one champion. And then these are a 5-man block of what are they called? Sword Masters, and we have a Blade Master as our hero or a champion. I don't know how this game works, so we're making do with what we got. And then over here, we've got a 10-man block of just goblins with swords and boards. We've got shields and melee weapons. And then over here, we've got a block of there's one block of archers, and then behind them is a block, a row or rank. So it's a rank and file game. So that's a rank. So first row is archers. Second row is spearmen. And then we got a little goblin, like big boss on whatever they're called. Rylanar, Dreadnought, the Emperor's Children. Looks great. Did you make I did not make the trees. I actually bought these at Michael's. They were on sale. I made the little plates that they sit on, though. They're just cardboard that I painted. But I did glue the bases onto the actual cardboard itself so that when I could store it, I could just take them on and off and it would be able to play like that. Because I have a lack of space because I have a very tiny room that I share with my wife, and space is very difficult to come by. But that being said, we're going to try out this old game of Warhammer Fantasy Battles Goblins versus High Elves. Now, I will say there are some miniatures I do want, just in general. Michael's is great. Michael's is phenomenal. A lot of the stuff I get for art is from Michael's, which includes Rust-Oleum spray paint, which I use for all my primer. These trees, the cardboard, I actually think is from a box I got from Michael's. A lot of paint, like acrylics, that I don't use. Like, this is all like just acrylic paint that you can get from Michael's for like really cheap. I also got the what was it? Looking for the word for it. The neon paint I used to paint one of my miniatures, that bright neon colors, that I got from Michael's. And it glows in the dark too when I hit with the UV light. Really nice. Alright. So, let's decide who gets to go first in this very tiny melee game. Where are my dice? Where are the dice? I was told in one of my last videos that I really need a dice box, and I stubbornly have not gotten one yet.
I'm first.
What are you talking about?
I'm first. You're last.
No, we gotta roll to see who goes first.
No, I'm first. You're last.
Shut your butt. Alright. So, if it rolls off the table, I do apologize. We're actually gonna move the tree out of the way first, actually. Alright, so blue will be the High Elves, and black will be our Goblins. Alright, of course we're rolling doubles already. Come on. Alright, the High Elves will be going first. I'm just gonna move these out of the way. Like so. Now, okay. How this game works is fundamentally different from how Warhammer 40k works. And I'm just going to move this right there. There we go. So, Warhammer 40k, move, shoot, assault. That's how it was played in 3rd edition. That's how I played it. In Modern, it's like command phase, move, shoot, charge, fight, argue. Rules lawyer. In this game, it's way worse. It's way worse. Lordy. So, I've been having a problem with this rule book for some time now, but we'll make do with what we got. We're pretty smart here. At least, I think the people who follow me are smart. I'm not smart. My wife is smarter than me. She has to be.
No, I'm stupid. I didn't have one brain something down.
Like I said, she's smarter than me.
Thank you.
Alright, so.
You.
Oh, dear Lord.
You.
Alright. So we have we had the movement phase. Wait, am I right on this? Where is the frickin' thing? Yeah, so we move, we cast magic, we shoot, and then we do combat phase. Really easy. All they did was add just magic phase. You married Ella.
Elmo loves me. I don't know what you're talking about. Elmo thinks I'm your best friend.
Oh, my voice does not do that. I did not marry Elmo. I married a 30-year-old with issues.
Screw you.
I love you too.
You have issues.
I know. I'm playing a 20-year-old game. Anywho,
I thought Elmo was a guy voicing it.
it is a dude.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Remember, Elmo is a grown ass man
I'm a gross man.
behind the voice. All your cute animated creatures, all voiced by adults.
Oh, I'm being complimented on my Elmo.
That's because Elmo is pretty close to Smeagol. And if he can do Smeagol,
You can do Gollum. I haven't done Smeagol in a while, so I'm not gonna try it.
Behind every children's media was an adult calculating it.
An adult calculator, yes. Alright, so, first round of this game. We're going to be moving. So, how it works, the movement phase is all over the place. Because you move, you cast magic. We don't have any magic, so we're not going to be worrying about that. It's like psychic, so we're not going to worry about that. We do have shooting, but we don't have to worry about the goblins. So, first things first, we are going to move. Now, movement is done in a very unusual order. Typically, in 40k, you have things like assault, so you can not charge, advancing, where you can move up, then you can advance. Not in this version of the game. In this version, you declare a charge. So for now, I'm going to try, and this is back in the day where there's like no pre-measuring, so you can't just go on the field like just say like, oh, I'm gonna measure out and I'm gonna see if I make that charge. No. This game is way weirder than that. So what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna pre-move. So how it works is you have declaring charge. If you want any of your units to charge, you must declare that at the very start of the movement phase. I don't really think I'm ready to charge this turn because I don't really have a good enough line of sight, and we have cover right here, so we're not going to do that just yet. Then we have rallying fleeing troops. So let's say in the previous turn, your troops rallied. If any of the troops are fleeing, you can attempt to rally them after you declare a charge. So basically, rallying is basically like doing a leadership check in modern 40k. Compulsory moves. Compulsory movements are basically movements that are just player has no control over a movement of these troops. They're also referred to. So basically, let's say you're moving back out of like fear of like getting trampled by the enemy. You'd have to go in and get them like, okay, you need to move into this position so you don't like actually get churned off the field. And then remaining moves, which means just move normal as it is. I'm still new to the topics of board games. It's just someone who's a relaxed way without so many rules on top. So many rules on top. Ralinar, we need to talk. I'm reading from this freaking tome. There's a lot of rules. I'm dumbing it down because I have to dumb it down. But yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Board games, though, are something that I don't really talk about as much, but I do collect a lot of board games. Against a lot of people's better wishes, but I do own the Dark Souls board game. I own BattleTech. I own not the full board game. It's more like the beginning set. I think I have the Star Wars X-Wing set. I haven't played it yet. And what was the last one? Oh yeah, the World of Warcraft Ice Crown Citadel board game, which is pretty fun. Anyway, so I'm not going to declare a charge this turn. None of my troops are rallying. I don't have to try to move my fleeing troops. I'm not moving any charges, so we're just going to do just simple movement. Now, movement is very unusual because I got to get my spearmen into position for the next turn. So we don't typically have just they just turn and move. They kind of do that, but it's not called just moving into place. It's called wheeling. Is it you or Reaps that owns the Kingdom Hearts board game? I believe Reaps owns the Kingdom Hearts board game, but I did paint the miniatures. Hell, brother, I still follow a lot of about that since I mentioned it. Yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. But yeah, so we're gonna first start by moving my spearman. How it works is you can't just take this unit and just have it go that way. You actually need to pivot. So they need to pivot, then move, then choose to move again if they wish to, if they have enough space. So I'm going to pivot, and then I move 5 inches. Oh, hold on. I got to move 5 inches, but the game is kind of... The camera and the game don't match, so... So I'm going to pivot, move the 5 inches, and then pivot again. So I can, when the time comes, I can then declare a charge. Technically, the movement of the... So, technically, I don't want to charge this turn with them. But I do want to see if I can charge with them. They have a... how charges work, I should have done this before. But they have a 10-inch... But you double the normal movement of the model. So we have 5 inches for these lads. But we're going to do this exact thing. Just ignore what I did this earlier. I'm still getting used to this game, so... we're still going to do the same thing. But we're going to just try to pivot a little bit. Move up the 5 inches. Through the forest. Stand up. And then pivot again. So that we can get into the rest of the charge range, which is another 5 inches. So we're just going to move that right against them, like so. And then we'll just pretend we did our normal movement for the Spearman. And then we're going to move our Blade Master up as well. He's just going to do his normal 5 inches as such. Because I don't actually own a hero for this army, because I got it on a $20 lot from eBay. I understand that these are skirmish battles. It looks great to see so many miniatures heading against the enemy army. I think it adds depth to the matter. Yeah, that's the game. That's the end game. That's the goal, kids. That's why we play. To watch models try to fight each other. Alright. After you declare a charge, but before you measure whether the charge is within range, your opponent declares how they will respond. So during the opponent's turn, while I am charging them, they can either decide to stand and shoot, hold, or flee. Stand and shoot if the charged unit has a missile weapon, like the archers down front. And the chargers have more than half of their original charge. Move away from the troops. Blah 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 blah. For example, blah 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 blah. If the charged unit has a missile weapon and the chargers are more than half of their original charge range, then the troopers can shoot other chargers as they advance. Yeah, so as they advance, the goblins get to take a shot, which you will do in a second. There's also hold, which a unit that's steadfast and receives the charge. Respect to the individual creatures branching themselves and available at the face. So they're gonna hold, they're gonna stand and shoot. Nothing's gonna flee because they're not that cowardly, at least not yet. So we're gonna get onto that in a second. But first, we're gonna see if those goblins can actually hit my Blade Masters. And how do we do that? We do it the same way we do it in any game of 40k, which means we pray. No. I gotta find the rules for taking a shot. Taking a shot. Where is it? Standard shoot. Hitting a target. So, it's gonna be exactly how it used to. We got 5 dudes out front. They've got bows. They've just got I believe they've just got standard short bows. Yep, just standard short bows. And we take their ballistic skills. The goblin's ballistic skill is 3. So we're going to take 5 dice. And 3s. But skill 3, we got hit. 4s to wound. Or 4s to hit. We got 3 hits. Not bad. And then we take the strength of the weapon. Now, the strength of the weapon is the pain in the ass to find. Because it doesn't want to tell us immediately where that is. But we can find it. We just have to look for it. It's not like in older or newer things where they kind of just label it at the bottom. No. You have to actually go looking. Let's see. Short bow, strength 3, range 16. So strength 3 against the toughness of my swordmasters, which is also 3. Which is a damn shame. But strength 3 against toughness 3 is, as you can all imagine, a classic number of 4s to wound, I believe. Weapon strength 4 against toughness. Yes, 4s to wound. 1 wound. Now I gotta see if I save it. We gotta keep going back and forth because I don't remember all these rules and I'm not perfect. My wife is, though.
Whatever. How dare you? You are perfect.
I know you are.
Shut up. Stop complimenting me. I will destroy you humans. Do not accept this.
You will accept it.
Attack, foo attacks.
No,
foo
stop.
Attacks,
Get.
foo attacks,
Get.
foo attacks, foo attacks.
So, let's go over something very interesting. There is no saves on these models. If you look at their rules, you will never see any save. It's only movement, weapon skill, blitz skill, strength, toughness, wound, initiative, attack, and leadership. There is no save. There is no save in 40k. No, there is no saves. It's armor saves. It's all dependent on the type of armor they have. So for my blade masters, they all have light armor. It's not heavy. It's a simple chainmail with some cloth on it. So they have light armor. So it's it's a 5-up save, and that's terrifying for elves. So with the dice, 5 up on the video. All right. Nope. One of them is died. They only have 1 wound each. So while running down the board, a blade master is shot down. Isn't a battle mat necessary? Is it something I see them use? Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they use it. Okay. So I do have a battle mat. It is 6 feet by 4 feet long, or something along those. I think it's like 66 inches by 40 inches. But I'm doing this on my desk, and I do not have something big enough to actually show you it. But yes, I do have a mat, and I do typically have a like Warhammer 40k mat. I do not have a fantasy mat, so I do apologize if that's a bit immersion breaking. All right. Casualties throw. Fall back. Yes, if it's open. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, so. After successfully taking a pot shot and successfully putting down a poor bugger, the elf is dead. But we must move on. I never really use bad mats. It doesn't look cool. It does look cool. Yes, thank you. I try. So, they have successfully moved into combat. They might have lost a dude, and then I'd be underranked, but they're fine. We're playing this game. So, they get into combat with the archers, and so we have to actually move them into, it's kind of like base-to-base contact, sort of. Yeah. Now I gotta figure out how this mess works. Maneuvering, turning, changing formations, preparing for assault, terrain, charging, aligning in combat. It's impractical to align a unit properly because of the imposing terrain. Blah, 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 blah. So technically, they finished their charge. They do have one last pivot so they can get into combat like that. So we're going to do that, and we're going to decide who goes first. The neighbors have a very loud motorcycle. I say that immediately turns off. So the Swordmasters are initiative 5. And the Goblins are initiative 2. So they go last. The Swordmasters have a great weapon, which gives them +2 strength. So their 3 strength now goes up to 5. And they are badasses, so they're going to be hitting incredibly harmfully. I don't really know if... I haven't read this enough to actually say if they get a +1 on the charge or anything like that. That requires more reading. And my brain does not like to read. Shooting, blah, blah, blah. Wounds. Panic test. Close combat. Fight, combatants, results, break test, panic test, flee, pursue, relentless combat. Yeah. Da-da-da. Who strikes first? We already know who strikes first. Which models fight? Ah, yes. Which models fight? So they have to be kind of relatively within position. So you fight the model that's technically in front of you or to the sides or to the thing. Hey, JOlvus, remember that 40k mat of roads that I made for you back in 2018? That was out of paper, glue sticks. Do you still have it, or do I still have it? I don't think I do. I don't have a lot left, I think. I have a few, like, industrial roads, but there's a lot that I had to throw away. So I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. Right, so first you gotta fight the combats. Each unit involved in combat, as explained in these rules that follow, fight all the combats before working out results. Work out which side has won combat by how much the losing side will have lost by 1 or 2 more points. Or an example, blah blah, break test, panic, flee, pursue. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna throw hands. We gotta grab dice, and we gotta grab a board. So we've got 4 Swordmasters. They have +2 to their weapon strength. But they do have fairly decent weapon skill. They have weapon skill 6 against the Goblins 2. So 3s to wound, 3s to hit. And that's 2 hits. Damn shame. And then it's strength 5, because the +2 from the strength, against toughness 3. So I believe another 3s to wound, because they don't have 2s to wound on here for some reason, which is a crying. Actually, no. Do they have 2s to wound? Strength 5 against toughness 3. Yes, they do have 2s to wound, but it's the wounding chart, not the his shooting chart. Hitting on 2s. They both hit, which means 2 goblins are just outright just destroyed. So just grab 2 lads in the front, and they're just deleted. Okay. Let's see. And then the goblins go next. So the goblins have 3 lads in the front. They don't have hand weapons. I don't think. Wait, they do have hand weapons. So now we can talk about how ranks work. So we've got 1 rank, which is the front row of archers with swords. Then we have the back rank, which has spearmen. So these guys have just hand weapons, which are just going to be strength 3. And then these guys have spears, which I believe are also strength 3. So we're going to do those real quick. So the guys in front... No. 3 dudes in front. And then the 5 in the back. And I gotta double check how much a spear weapon actually does damage with. Let's see. Da-da-da. So, can I draw my own mat? It would be great to have markers. Good for that. I would make one, but I don't want to because I don't have too much glue for that. God, good it works. Oh yes, so spears. Yeah, fight in 2 ranks. Yeah. Strength and toughness. Yep. Fight in 2 ranks. No plus for bonus because I'm not charging. Okay, yeah. So the goblins will go next. They will be trying to hit weapon 6 with weapon skill 6 against with weapon skill 2. So they need to get 5s to hit. Okay, a few 5s. Not bad. And then they are strength 3 against toughness 3. So what? Forced wound again. Yeah, forced wound. And 1 wound. So they were able to bring down... Oh, I still got to save. So 5-0. 5 save. And we're good. So none of my elves died, which is pretty damn good. Now we're going to figure out who's winning this fight. So, work out the side has won each combat by how much. The losing side will have lost 1, 2, or blank more points than an example later. So now we got to figure out who won. I'm thinking of simple green meadows with rock designs, maybe some little debris. What you really want to do if you want to make your own mat, go to a store that just has like a green just for fantasy. Just grab like if you want to do fantasy, you grab green. If you want like industrial 40k stuff, you do like a dark muted brown or just like a soft brown. Just a piece of fabric, just a piece of cloth. You can get it at like Joann's for like $10 for like what is it, like $5 for like 2 feet of cloth? I forget. Alright, combat results. Alright, for each separate combat, you must determine which side has won. Do this once all the units have engaged in combat, beginning by adding up the wounds caused by each other in the combat. I caused 2 wounds with the elves, and the goblins didn't get any wounds. Do not matter which particular unit suffered the wounds, just add them up. Do not forget to add wounds taken by big creatures. Do not count wounds, but I'll say blah blah blah. The side which inflicts the most amount of wounds in the combat wins. However, let's claim bonus points certain circumstances, such as blah 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 blah. Flanking. Yeah. So let's see. So we won by, so we did 2 wounds. That's 2. So far we have 2. The goblins have 1 point for having an extra rank. They get another one for outnumbering the enemy. They don't have a standard. There's no high ground. There's no flanking attack. There's no re-attack, and there's no overkill. So this is technically a tie. So they're going to be stuck in that battle for a while now. Now that that's done, we're just going to move on to the next turn. We're going to move on to Goblin's turn 1. By the way, I see you from Central America. What the hell? Don't glue rocks to a mat. Yeah. It depends on the mat. You can totally have like a 3D mat with like gravel and stuff. You just gotta roll it up. You can't really. It has to be a sturdy substance. On my way to see Central America, there's not much content in my language. Oh. By the way, I see you from such. Oh, you're from down. Yeah, you're way down there. Like, Relano, are you from like where? Costa Rica? Mexico? Where are you at? Homeboy way down there. It doesn't matter where you're from. We're all playing Warhammer here. Alright, so the we ended our turn. The goblins that are now do their turn, they're gonna actually just say declare a straight up assault upon the lads. They're gonna charge, they're gonna pivot, and then their movement is 4 inches, and then when they charge you get 8. So they all your Honduras. Well, hello to Honduras. Welcome to Warhammer. We're gonna have these guys charge up, right into combat. And we're gonna also have the warlords come up. Right about so. Move them. Yeah. Move them right there. And then we're gonna let combat. We can do this combat first because this looks way more fun. So spears and boards, kids. Spears and boards. So the high elves, I believe, will go first. They have a higher initiative, 5 versus the 2 of the goblins, and they're in several ranks. I find it really cool how JOlvus, relatively small channel, has viewers from somewhere like I have a lot of yeah, 330 of us are now in this little channel of mine, and I've seen a lot of different people come and go out of here. People from the other side of the pond who actually know 40k way better than me. There was this one kid. He was Korean. This is playing video games. It just allows you to communicate with all kinds of people, which is really fun. An excuse if I write in foreign language is that because I forgot an English bit. It's all right. I don't care. You can just talk as much as you want. It's great for the show. My God. That is annoying. Anyway. So we're going to get right back to it. Right back to poking each other with sticks. Like real men. Like real men do. So here's the thing with spears. You fight in 2 ranks. I wish we did 3. But I digress. So the first row of the first and second row of the elves are gonna attack. So that's 10 dudes. That is not the right die. It's too early. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now they do not have the great swords like the swordmasters. They have just simple spears, but they do have shields. So it's weapon skill 6 against 2, so it's going to be 3s to wound, 3s to hit, and we got a lovely amount of 3s. And then it's strength 3 against toughness 3. Yeah, because it's not a ranged weapon. Ranged weapons have the actual strength on them. Melee weapons don't for some reason. They just add a buff, so yeah. So strength 3 against toughness 3, so 3s to wound. Or 4s to wound. Damn. 1 wound. That is disappointing. 1 wound. Okay, well. The goblin does get its save. But it's just 5 up. Yeah, no. Alright, 1 goblin gone. And then the goblins get to attack next. They only have the first 5 guys can actually attack. So 5 guys attacking, hitting on 5s. Okay, 1. Wounding on 4s. It hits. And then I get a save. I do get a shield though. So I got light armor and shield. So let's see. Light armor and shield. What does that give me? The shield gives me I believe a +1 to my saves. So normally you get a 6-up save for just existing. You get +1 if you have light armor, +1 if you have a shield, +1 if you have like heavy armor. So it just keeps adding up. You got it up. So it's +1 for having light armor, so it's +5, and then +1 for having a shield, so that's +4. So 4-up save. Okay, one spearman dies. So one spearman has fallen, but that's not so bad. With that, then we calculate how many people have died. So we do this again. The spearmen were able to kill one goblin, so they get a point for that. The goblins get a point for having killed a goblin. And then, where's the other combat rules for this? There's all kinds of like advantages to having like certain models in your thing, so it's a little messy. Let's see. Plus one rank. I have 2 ranks, so we're gonna add 2 to the thing, and we're gonna add 2 to them because they have a rank as well. Outnumber. We're gonna add 1 more because we outnumber the goblins. Standard. We do have a standard banner, so that's another point. There's no high ground. We didn't flank, didn't rear guard, and didn't overkill. So high elves won that fight because they have all the extra perks, the extra bonuses. So what happens if we win the fight? Because last time we had a draw. Consequences. If a unit is defeated in close combat, then any model already lapping around are immediately returned to the rear rank of the formation. Blah, 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 blah. If a unit is defeated in close combat, I don't want to put that. Lapping around. What the hell is this rule? In each Warhammer channel, there's at least 10 Latin Americans or more in their audience. We didn't know anything about this, and 40k was like started for a fever of board. Yeah, that's fine. That's when I started 40k. I didn't know what the hell it was. I thought it was like Dungeons and Dragons. Nope. It's tables. So there's role playing games like D&D, Cyberpunk, Call of Cthulhu, Pathfinder, GURPS. There's the role playing games where you portray the character in the world. Then there are tabletop war games, which is 40k, War Machine, Age of Sigmar, Fantasy. Trying to think of something else. Kings of War. That kind of stuff. Then you have board games like I said, Kingdom Hearts Talisman, Risk, Monopoly, World of Warcraft, the board game, Dark Souls, the board game. I think they even have a My Hero Academia board game now. It wasn't very good. I tried it out on a free board game day. It was not good. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy that. Alright. That's too funny. Alright. Loser takes a break test. The side that loses in combat must take a test to determine it stands or fights or turns tails and run away. It's called a break test. It's a leadership test. You need to separate the break test for every unit involved in combat. So we just only have 1 unit to worry about. Take the following followings. Firstly, nominate which of you are testing to roll 2d6 and then add the score together. What the fuck? Take the test as following. Firstly, nominate which unit you are testing for roll. Okay. Let's see these goblins. Roll 2d6 and add the scores together. 5. Add the difference between the winners and losers combat score. So add the difference. So I got 5. They got 2. There's a difference of 3. So I add that to that score. So this goes from 5 to 8. If the total is greater than the unit's leadership value, then that unit is broken. Oh, what is the leadership value of a goblin? A goblin is 6. Oh, they are fleeing. Okay. If the total is greater than the unit's leadership value, then the unit is broken. Broken units will turn tail and flee once all the combat of the entire battlefield has been broken out. Until all combat has been broken out. Okay, they are fleeing. They are running for the hills. Run for the hills. Run for our lives. So these guys are just taking it. Just They turn around and flee. Actually, how do they flee? That's an excellent question. More reading. Of course, more reading. There is currently a new board game that attracts a lot of attention. Have you heard of Trench Crusade? I have heard of Red Trench Crusade. Trench Crusade is going to eventually eat Warhammer. And this is why. Trench Crusade was designed by people who worked on Warhammer 40k. Back in the day, through the art, I believe, the artist and designers who did, I believe, Necromunda or Mordheim, they're the people who's working on Trench Crusade. It looks beautiful. The best part is Trench Crusade is technically free, like one-page rules, where you can use any model you want for Trench Crusade. It's a skirmish game. It's tiny. It's very simplistic. You can have like 10 models and play Trench Crusade. I'm not going to say anything more because I kind of want to see if I can play Trench Crusade in one-page rules on the channel. So I'm going to leave it at that, but I love the design of Trench Crusades. If I do them, I'm probably going to be playing the faction that looks like Nurgle's faction or like the bloated like body horror faction. But back to the fleeting troops. Once you completed all your break tests, results from the combat that turn, allness, and have taken panic test. Panic test. There's more test? Once all defeated units have taken their break test, remaining units within 6 inches of a friendly unit. Wait, how the fuck? All defeated units have taken a break test. Each remaining unit that is within 6 units. How the each remaining unit that is within 6 inches from a friendly unit which has been broken or been wiped out is called out to take a panic test. As described, the psychologically section represented the spread of panic amongst the army as friendly units collapse and turn tail and fucking run. Okay. However, it is worth bearing in mind at this stage the panic test must be taken once all breaks. Okay, well, what the frick's? Where's the panic test? Is it like the same thing? Where are you? Fine, you not, I will. But yes, what JOlvus is describing is also a problem in my opinion. It's not too dark. What are you talking about? It's not too dark at all. It's Trench Crusade. It's not dark at all. What are you talking about? The Crusaders? Open hell? In Jerusalem? What's so dark about that? I think it's great. Even though I haven't had the opportunity to play it, I understand that you won't play Trench Crusade for the darkness. You play it for that rich lore. Anyway, how the hell do I take a psychology test? When taking a psychology test, roll 2d6 and compare the results to the leadership value of the unit taking the results. We do it again. The test is passed as well as any other. Okay. Players will immediately realize the context taken as. Okay, so we just gotta take another leadership test. Leadership test is roll. If it is. Motherfucker. If it is equal or greater to, then it fails. And that's a 7. Their leadership test. They're fleeing. Alright, fleeing troops. Once you've completed a break test resulting in the combat, you take a panic test. If it's broken and panic troops fleeing turn directly away from their enemy and run as fast as they can. Great. So these guys just turn, pivot, and start freaking running. JOlvus, look at me in the eye and tell me it's not Deathcore Creep versus Chaos Cultist. Look me in the eye and tell me if you own any of those miniatures and don't at me. What are you talking about? Death Cult? I wish I had more Chaos Cultist. I wish I had Cultist. Okay, break. Have you seen the new freaking EC rulebook for Emperor's Children? I skimmed through the leaks that were shown. Where are the Cultists? Where are the demons? It's so lackluster. It's so disappointing. Alright, move fleeing troops. It is difficult to say precisely how far fleeing troops will run because they are no longer fighting as a body, but milling around in a frightened mob. To represent this, dice are rolled to establish how far they are fleeing. Okay. If the unit normally moves 2d6 or less, roll 2d. Okay, so they move less than 2d6. So how far are they running? 5 inches. That's basically 5 inches, I think. You know you haven't. I go through all the leaks. I'm sure you do. After I'm pretty sure your idea of going through the leaks is you just watching what's his name? Aspect Tactics. They also lost their Molofine and Hellbrute. Yeah. They lost to Hellbrute. Pisses me off. Which probably means we're gonna probably get a what's it called? A retro what's the freaking thing called? Primaris Hellbrute. Oh lordy. Due to the disruptive formation, they ignore any penalty while move a fleeing unit directly away from the enemy so that the closest part of the unit Well, they're not off the table. They're still where they are. They're just not off the table. Rallying. Alright, so at the end of Goblins turned. Actually, no, we didn't do that combat. Did we do that combat? I don't remember if we did that combat or not. But also, the Molofine is a dual. Yeah, the Molofine is a dual kit. That makes it funnier. Which is just hilarious. Did we do this combat in this turn? Or did we? No, we made it straight into this combat. So, we're going to move into this combat now. The elves still go first. So, they're going to go bonkity bonk 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 bonk. Setting is Israel. 3s to hit. And then 2s to wound. Basically, same thing as 40k. They have the same freaking graph. It's awesome. And then 5 up save for the Gobos. 3 more die. So we're just gonna say all the archers are just gone. It's a damn shame. And then the rank and file are just gonna move up. As so. And then the rank and file, the spearmen are gonna attack. There's 5 of them. Hitting on 5s. Ooh, 2 hits. That's not bad. And then wounding on 4s. And then flip save. One more doodad. Alright, not bad. Not bad. Dude, we delay the battle, but our comments about laughter is never like, no. It is from, I don't know, I have to talk and play at the same time, which is typically what happens in a game of 40k or any game. You're going to be talking to your opponent a lot, so interruptions can happen. The average game of 40k or any like role-playing game, it's going to last more than 2 hours because you're going to be bantering back and forth. So it's completely fine. Completely valid. Besides, I don't talk to anyone. The only other people I talk to is you guys and the Fugu. Scary.
You're
JOlvus,
scary.
you should sit and talk kind. You should do a sit and talk kind of stream where he just has a camera over the rulebook. So I've done that. I've done that. It's not pointing at me, but it's. I did a Fool's Guide, the 3rd edition, and it is the video that has the most views in my entire backlog. You can't spell slaughter without laughter. Ah, yes, brother. You can't. Anyway, who won this bout? Let's find out. Who won that little bout? Gotta find the things again. I gotta find the lads. Where art thou? Alright. Are there any extra? So, first things first, we gotta calculate how many wounds are taken. So, this unit killed 3 goblins. So, 3 goblins. These guys killed 1 high elfman. There's no +1 for rank. We are outnumbered by the goblins, though. Neither of them have standards. There's no high ground, there's no flake attack, there's no rear attack, and there's no overkill. So, the Blade Ministers won that combat, which is lovely. So, now we're going to see if they do their break test. Do goblins take their break test? So it was +1 for, because they had 2 points and the elves had 3 points. So it's a 1 point difference. So you've 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 is greater than 6, which means they need to take a leadership test. No, not leadership. They did a break test, panic test, and they're panicking. And they run 4 inches. So they do the same thing as the other guys. They just turn and they
Ow! What the hell?
run away. And my wife is hurting herself again.
Oh, my skin randomly stung for no reason.
And due to how close they were, I believe that would be off the table for them. So I believe this unit of goblins is just gone. Because there's no more table back there off the 4 inches. So no more lads. You can't spell manslaughter without man.
Ladless.
You can't spell hair without air. If Earth lost art, it would just be ant. Where is Jaeger? Oh, I don't know where your brother is. What am I? His brother? Wait.
Put a tracking device on him.
Put a tracking device on him.
Send the drone. Pew pew.
Jaeger found.
Eliminated.
It just plays the Pacific Rim song. Dude, you just broke my head with that joke. You have no idea how to translate it. There's a lot of jokes. They're great. We're doing English jokes, and that's language. All right, gotta get on my chair because if I sit in,
Why are you British?
you're gonna fucking stop what?
Why are you British?
Because I watched too much freaking Pirates of the Caribbean growing up, and it affected my language.
Stop being British.
Stop being pants.
Stop having a red coat. Stop being a lobster.
How dare you?
Actually, no, be a lobster. I'm hungry. Yum, 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 yum,
You want do you want the stale lobster chips?
No.
You want the stale?
No, you eat that.
I
I
don't-
want fresh lobster. That's why you're gonna be British, so you can be a.
Also, I found out Pacific Rim is free on YouTube. Yeah, apparently, there's a lot of movies that are free on YouTube, and not just those who have YouTube Premium, which is really weird. Sometimes the language ends up being funny when there are several at the same. Yeah, it's pretty intense. All right. So we've already ran a unit on the table, and we got 1 unit rallying. So at the end of a Goblin's turn 1, we've got 1 unit rallying, just not rallying, fleeing. One of them fleeing off the table, and I think we can see where this would be going from here. How long have I been streaming? An hour. Oh, that's not bad at all. Because here's how I see it going.
Yummy.
In the next turn, I'm going to send the elves to charge the rear of the goblins, and they're basically going to get wiped out.
You're mean. You're bullying gobbos.
I'm going to pivot the
bullying gobbos. You're
swords
bad.
masters, and then have them charge into the goblin warlord, as well as my warlord. And then once this unit has dealt with the goblins, they will do the same. I have to bully them. My avatar is literally Goblin Slayer. Why would I not be bullying the goblins? I was also able to watch Sonic 1 recently on YouTube. Really? Huh. Damn. Yeah. But yeah, I think I have got all that settled out. And I don't really think it's necessary to play another round. Because I think I down pat. JOlvus' wife should bite JOlvus now. What?
Bite!
That's a weird ASMR.
Ow! Fugu abuse! Fugu abuse!
No biting on stream.
No! We bite! We quill you! We will quill you! You will become poop! You will become fugu poop! You will be digested by fugu!
because there are special rules that basically say, let's do turn 2 of the elves. First things first, I'm going to declare charge into the rear
things first.
of the
First
goblins.
things second.
And you do get a
First
bet.
things first. First.
One moment, please. Anyway, so there are special rules that say when I do a rear attack, I actually get more damage done. So that sounds fun. And then we're just gonna pivot these guys and do a flanking charge. And then we're also gonna.
What do you mean pivot? You slide right?
No,
Slide
we don't slide. We pivot with a turn, and then we do the movement.
No. Slide right. Slide left.
Let's see.
I hate that song.
Slide to the left.
No.
Slide to the right. Crisscross.
No more.
Crisscross.
No more.
No more?
No.
Okay.
That's over.
That's over?
Yes.
It's all ogre now?
Yes.
What happens if we charge into a fleeing unit? That's the question. On stream? It's not abuse. We love each other. Right, Fogo?
I'm a voodoo. We have no concept of love, only to consume souls.
See? Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy.
Consume your soul.
Sometimes you can especially through an enemy.
You.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Expand from fries, you're saying. Pursuing into fresh enemies. Nope. Pursuit. If a unit wins a combat and all the enemies is fleeing, then its victorious unit must normally pursue the target. Wait, I can do this on the same turn?
No.
If a unit wins a combat and all the enemies in it fighting flee, then the victorious unit must normally pursue. The troop surges forward, hacking at their retreating foes as their backs are turned, cutting them down as they run, and scattering before their uncontrolled fear. Note that a unit will only pursue if all enemies in it is fighting fleeing. If one enemy unit breaks free, blah blah blah. Pursue moves. Once a fleeing unit troop has been moved, a victorious unit will pursue to figure out how far you do. Roll duty. Okay, so it's just like. If the victorious unit scores equal to or greater the fleeing unit score, so the fleeing unit score earlier was 5. Oh yeah, they're there. If the score is equal to okay. If the victorious unit scores equal to or greater than the flee roll scored by the unit it's pursuing, then the fleeing unit is completely destroyed. All the troops are cut down as they run or they're scattered beyond hope of regrouping. Dear God. Okay, so that group of goblins is now completely gone. So that unit's gone. And now it's at the end of their own turn. Holy moly. I should bite JOlvus, or JOlvus is white. Let's bite JOlvus. You've already bitten. She's already bitten me once. I don't need to be chomped on again.
No, we should always do that.
Values, devour him!
Which means D.
No, that's not fair. He sucks the fun out of everything.
Sucks. Anyway, so technically at the end of the last turn, you do a pursue roll, and then able to wipe out an entire unit because I rolled higher than them. And then next turn I would have been able to do the whole pivot, flank charge. Yeah, that wouldn't have ended well for that little goblin. We're gonna end it there. This is gonna be our first high elf victory. Now I gotta put this all away back in the box where they will hide and scared in the darkness of the box. I mean, I'm getting it's Saturday night. How are you getting eepy? Something wrong with that child. Alright. Anyway, we're gonna end off the match there. As I start putting away the miniatures, I will now be taking any other discussions or questions. Because I want to be in bed in like an hour because something terrible is happening tomorrow. It's daylight savings tomorrow. We are springing forward an hour, which means instead of waking up at a lovely 6 a.m., I'm now going to be technically waking up at 5. What are you owing about? You don't have to get up out of bed.
I know, but I hate it.
Yeah, we all hate it. I hate it the most. My final thoughts on fantasy. It's got a curve to it, but it plays almost exactly like 40k. There's just some little more rules sprinkled in to make things confusing. Isn't there a skeleton army in fantasy? There is. It is called
Skelligees.
Hold on. I will present that in a few minutes. I just gotta put away these miniatures and I will show you the skeletal armies. I can actually pull up GW's things because they're reselling those armies, so give me a minute.
Skelligees.
Skeletons!
No, Skelligees.
I do have some skeleton miniatures. They're from the there was a Skyrim board game, so God, that's not gonna come out great.
Skelligees. Skelligees.
Oh.
Skelligees.
I had these little skeleton lads from the Skyrim board game, well, the Skyrim adventure games, and
They're called the Sans Pyrus.
yo, Papyrus, let's go have some fun. Let's go get absolutely shit-faced. No, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, give me a minute, and I will present that. Just gotta put away all these miniatures. What I do like about fantasy is that all the miniatures, you put them on these movement trays, and you don't have to like worry about putting them, like losing them, which is so nice because in 40k it's such a bitch. It's such a bitch to put away those miniatures. Bitch tits. I should not be swearing on a stream, but whatever.
Oops. Wait, why can't you swear on the stream?
No reason. Alright, hold on. Lol, my favorite. Yes, I wanted to get into the Skyrim board game, but it was like the same cost of the Dark Souls board game, and at the time I was too into Dark Souls to care about Skyrim. I have a problem, Your Honor.
Do you now?
Yeah, it's called being a dork. There, didn't that die? I can't wait for daylight savings. You shut your mouth. Daylight savings is a curse. Oh, also, if I ever get certain like weapons, this is a mishap die. This one with the 8 and the little explosion marker. Yeah, that's a mishap die. You roll this sucker if you want to do like range weapons in fantasy, which is nice because I got that dice set back when fantasy was dying, which is really depressing, but what are you gonna do? Alright, give me a second. I'm going to open up games workshop. Home. And then give me that. And then take you, put you up there. Put you.
And take you.
Don't you start. I gotta make window
Awesome.
capture. Select the window. Warhammer. Yes, thank you. Okay, so we've got. Oh,
What Fanta did you like more, orange or grape?
orange Fanta.
Boo.
Don't you start. Don't you start.
I remember when they introduced Fanta to my parents' donut shop.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, sometimes like for some reason I saw guys introducing soft drinks to us or whatever.
Bad. Nah, you're gonna make this just a bit bigger. I don't know why the screen looks like that. Oh, it's probably because my screen looks like that. Boop.
Like they go to our donut shop and then I would be right there as they presented the drinks.
We have a new drink in stock for you. Would you like to try our brand new drunk?
Would you like to stock them in your stores?
Would you like to enjoy this drunk? Okay, so ignore these things. We're not gonna acknowledge the gloom spike gifts because they're just goblins in Age of Sigmar, and we're not talking about them right now. We're beyond them. We're gonna go back to Warhammer: The Old World and just explore the Old World. Actually, I need to somehow pull up the thing. Give me a flat second because I cannot see the other one because I cannot see you guys reading.
Because he cannot read.
Friend, is it over? It is.
You wrote poetry, but he could not read.
It's not over yet, kids. Don't you worry. We're gonna go through this. So they brought back the Old World. So basically, what happens is that people got really upset that Games Workshop got rid of the game that I was just playing, Warhammer Fantasy. So they brought it back as the Old World. And their two mainstay armies was the Bretonnian, which are the French,
Rigatoni.
and
Rigatoni pasta.
and the Tomb Kings. So we're gonna take a look at what the hell they got. Do they have? No, they don't.
Talk about the Rigatoni pasta army.
Where are they? Okay, so this. Where's the box set? They used to have a huge box set that included both the armies. We'll go through this one real quick. The Bretonnian ones, which was basically men on horses. And if you watch Pancreas No Work, he does not like this army. He doesn't like Bretonnians, so all I'm gonna say in the matter. But are we still on this freaking thing? Get me away from. We want to go to this one, Tomb Kings. So, like I said, if you watch Tomb Kings, is Egyptian skeletons, and that's all you really need to know. Really nice looking models, but the problem is they do use older models that GW has had this entire time, which I don't know how I feel about, like re-releasing older minis, but the fact that they're there is kind of nice. Some of them are newer, but you can tell with the age of some of these older minis, and some of them did not age that well. I do want to see the big one though. This thing. This is beautiful. I kind of wish they didn't go with the Draco dragon. Look at. I wish they just went with giant alligator being ridden by.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I wanted the alligator. If I do get this set, or if I ever did, I would definitely get that model and just not put the wings on it, because giant skeletal alligator just sounds really cool to me. Dude, those thumbnails look great. Oh, like good at 7 months. They are vintage. They are vintage. They're old. They don't do these miniatures anymore. I wonder. Hold on. So we're gonna go through High Elves. So this is the army I was just playing with. I don't know.
Old. Retired.
Jerk your butt.
In the Stone Age.
So yeah, we were just using these. These are the spearmen. I think they're a different spearmen. I think they're called. Got bowmen. Yeah, but we were using Heil spearmen. These are the rules These are the army I was using. I don't own the specifically when you have the armies, you want to have a banner, you want to have a musician, and then you want to have like a champion, which is I believe the dude up front with the sword. You want to have those three in front, and then you have the rest of your guys because he gives +1 to attack or +1 to the leadership. Leadership rolls. This one gives +1 to the rank bonus, and this one like gives +1 to the attack. I forget what it is, but there's that. And then give me the other ones. Is that it? Oh yeah, Swordmasters of Hoeth. Those are the Swordmasters I was using, but I don't have all of them. So
Sword Masters of Hoenn.
Shubit. So we got the Swordmasters. We have you'll always have a one model that's supposed to be a character, or one model that's supposed to be a leader of the entire group. So we have the leader, the champion, the banner bearer, and then somewhere you'll always find a musician in all these old fantasy armies. Then I don't think. Hold on.
You don't think?
That's cool. Egyptian skeleton boys. Oh yeah, they're cool. Reaps. You like everything that doesn't have meat or muscle on it. I must be honest. Since I saw Lord of the Rings, I adore cavalry miniatures with banners. Yeah. Which means I'm trying to look for miniatures I haven't had, and no, that doesn't look like it. They used to have a miniature set. I'll try to pull it up. Hold on. High elves, dragon princes. So they used to have these dudes. If I can find a good picture of them, at least the models. There they are. I used to have. Where's the 6th edition version? So this is the 6th edition version. I had the 8th edition version. These guys. These are the dragon princes of Kalandor. And I did them up in a different style. I went completely different colors. It was, instead of silver and blue, instead of silver, white, and blue, it was black, silver, and red. I don't know why I did it, but, you know, I don't know what happened to these miniatures. They were destroyed in the Purge. These and a 10-man, 2 ranks of 10 night goblins were also destroyed. So there's a little homage to those little armies. I wish I had these models back. I miss my high elf horsemen. I miss them. Rip. But yeah, I am surprised they didn't bring back those models. They have these dudes, which look like, I think this is like a newer kit. Yeah, new releases. Such a disappointment. Not the biggest fan of the living. Yeah. Minifigures of humanoids look weird. Yeah. It's weird seeing older minis, because the sculpting was all done by hand back in the day. So it's kind of weirder to see the stuff nowadays. But like for older stuff like this, it's going to be expectantly weird, especially if you go back to Bretonia. Hold on, let me show you the Bretonians. My brain can slip back into place. Like, Bretonians, some of the newer sculpts for Bretonia look really good, but I'm pretty sure I can find an ugly one. Give me a second. Knights on feet. No.
Why would they not be on their feet? They have feet.
Because sometimes they're on the horses. Yeah, so these are like the older squires.
Does this imply that there are knights with no feet?
Fugu. And some of these squire older miniatures.
Do some of these knights crawl on all fours?
We're not going to discuss this any further. We can go to modern. No, where was I? Where's Akale's? Yeah, don't look at those old miniatures. Their faces make angry for some reason. Oh god, don't
look at the man behind the curtain.
Dear God, we're gonna look away from those for a bit.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
There's also a wiki in Spanish, but I think the one that is more complete is the English. Yeah. The problem with the wikis is that they're all English based, so you're not gonna really have the same amount of detail. Although I did find what was it? It was one from a Portuguese one from Brazil. it was all for Tyranids because I was going through Tyranids. I'm like, I can't read this. And then the teacher was like, I'm always supposed to read this. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, we're going to move on to Chaos because Chaos is having problems these days. If you watch Poorhammer, Chaos is having problems. I don't know why that's there. That should not be there. Chaos. Okay, we're gonna go to 40k now. Okay, we're gonna talk about stuff. We can talk about Age of Sigma actually. We're gonna go to Death. Nightheart. Oh, that even figures. Huh. So Nightheart is another army I wanted to like think about playing for the next things I want to do. Then again, I don't have that many. How much is this in English money? How much is this in English money? I think I might have it on. There's the problem. I need American. I need that American dollar. She looks like the lady in the little shop. Oh god. I'm sorry, where the hell did they go? Where the hell did they go? They were just here, what the hell? Oh, they're temporarily unavailable for a 4-man squad of stalkers. For $40. Out of stock. These came in like kits that like the start for free $20 kit back in the day, and everything's so fucking expensive nowadays. Anyway, let's go to an army that I actually do want to play. Where's my death guard? There's my death guard. That's better. Anyway, we're gonna stop that madness right there. We're gonna stop that madness right there, and we're gonna go like this. Boop. And boop. That's better. That's better. Alright, so before I end the stream, is there anything we wish to discuss? Anything at all? We're at an hour 30, and I gotta get ready for bed. So, what are we gonna say, ladies and gentlemen? What did we have to say for our game today? Fun? Yeah, it was alright. Do I want to play it again anytime soon? Not really. Warhammer Fantasy intimidates me beyond relief. But I did enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It has a more complicated move set. The charging on the first turn is kind of interesting. So, I'll give it that. But, yeah, it was alright. Want to talk Emperor's Children? No. Go watch Poorhammer's video about how anemic that army is and how little that Games Workshop use. There should be raptors in that army, and for some reason they don't have it. I'm not going to discuss it here. I refuse. On principle. Just on principle, I refuse. Well, got here. It's about 10. Good night, everyone. Excellent stream. I had lots of fun chatting again. All right. Thank you, Eleanor. I hope you have a good rest. And I hope you have a good one. Hot take. I don't like Poorhammer, and I listened to the podcast.
You don't like Poorhammer? That Poorhammer.
That's okay. Because they talk about big numbers, and someone can't handle it.
You can't handle it.
I can't handle the truth either. And in any case, I'm going to wish everybody a good night. I hope that the quality of the video was just a bit better than usual. I'm not using my 720p webcam. I'm using my wife's 1080p. Yeah. I'm going to try to postmark this past. Well, unlike JOlvus, I don't need people to run those numbers for me. Oh yeah, right, because you can run those numbers real well. Good night, brother. Good night, brother. I hope good tidings come to you. I hope March gets better for all of us, because good night. I love you all. I will see you next time. And on that note, bye.